A small village in Imo State. Drums beating. Women singing. A crowd escorting a woman out of her own community. But this was not a celebration. It was banishment. According to residents, the woman had committed a crime so shocking that the entire village turned against her. She was accused of selling her own sister-in-law's child for 800,000 naira. But here's the question that has divided Nigerians online. Was this justice or a dangerous case of mob punishment? Tonight on Crime HQ, we examine the viral video, the allegations, and the deeper question it raises about justice, community power, and the growing crisis of child trafficking in Nigeria. The incident reportedly took place in Umikpu village, Ogbaku, located in Mbaitoli local government area of Imo State in southeastern Nigeria. According to local accounts circulating online, the woman at the center of the controversy was accused of selling her sister-in-law's son to unknown individuals for approximately 800,000 naira to 900,000 naira. The allegation spread quickly through the village. In tightly knit communities like Umikpu, news travels fast and accusations can ignite intense emotional reactions. Residents reportedly described the act as inhumane and unforgivable. Soon, the community gathered to confront the accused woman. Videos circulating online show a dramatic moment. A large group of women had gathered around the accused. Some were visibly furious. According to witnesses, many of them wanted to beat the woman immediately. In many traditional communities, women often take the lead when it comes to defending children and enforcing communal moral standards. But before the situation could turn violent, some of the men in the community stepped in. They insisted that she must not be beaten. Instead, they proposed another form of punishment, banishment. What followed was both symbolic and deeply traditional. Rather than physical punishment, the community chose to expel the woman from the village entirely. The viral video shows a crowd escorting her away from the community. Women were singing. Some were beating drums and traditional gongs. Others were dancing. But the celebration-like atmosphere masked the seriousness of what was happening. In many traditional Igbo communities, banishment is one of the most severe social punishments. It means losing your home, losing your family ties, losing your identity within that community. For someone born and raised in a village, being banished can feel like losing everything. At the center of this case is the allegation that the woman sold her sister-in-law's child. Child trafficking is one of the most serious crimes in Nigeria. According to the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Naptip, thousands of children are trafficked each year for purposes such as forced labor, illegal adoption, domestic servitude, sexual exploitation. In some cases, trafficked children are sold through underground networks operating across states or even international borders. The alleged amount involved in this case, between 800,000 naira and 900,000 naira, is significant. That amount can represent months or even years of income in some rural communities. But despite the seriousness of the accusation, one important question remains. Was there an official investigation? As of the time this story began circulating online, no official statement had been released by law enforcement authorities. That raises important concerns. In Nigeria, crimes such as child trafficking must be investigated by police or Naptip officials. Community punishment alone cannot replace legal justice. Without a proper investigation, several questions remain unanswered. Was the child actually trafficked? Has the child been located? Was there evidence supporting the allegation? Were the accused given a chance to defend herself in court? These questions highlight the gap between community justice and formal legal processes. Across many rural areas in Nigeria, traditional justice systems still play a major role. Village elders, youth groups, and community assemblies sometimes handle disputes without involving police. Supporters of community justice argue that it can provide faster decisions, reflect local cultural values, protect communal harmony. But critics warn that it can also lead to wrongful punishment, lack of evidence-based investigation, violation of legal rights. In extreme cases, accusations alone can trigger mob actions or social exile. The case in Yumipo village sits right at the center of this debate. Another striking element of the video is the way the punishment was carried out publicly. The singing, the drums, the crowd. Public humiliation has historically been used in many societies as a form of social control. It sends a message not only to the accused person, but also to everyone watching. The message is simple. This behavior will not be tolerated here. However, modern legal systems emphasize due process and evidence, ensuring that accusations are thoroughly investigated before punishment is applied. Perhaps the most important piece of this story is the child at the center of the allegation. If the claim is true, the priority should be finding the child and ensuring their safety. Child trafficking cases often involve complex networks that extend beyond a single individual. That is why agencies like Naptip focus heavily on rescue operations, victim rehabilitation, criminal investigations. Without official confirmation, it remains unclear what has happened to the child in this case. The viral video has triggered intense reactions online. Some viewers support the community's decision, saying the punishment sends a strong message against child trafficking. Others argue that banishment without investigation is dangerous. Many Nigerians online have also called for law enforcement to step in and verify the claims. Because while community anger may be understandable, justice requires facts. Child trafficking remains one of the most serious challenges facing Nigeria and many other countries. Poverty, unemployment, and criminal networks can make vulnerable children targets for exploitation. But combating this problem requires more than community punishment. It requires proper investigation, law enforcement action, protection for victims, and most importantly, truth. A woman escorted out of her village, a child allegedly sold, a community demanding justice. But until authorities confirm the facts, one thing remains clear. Accusations alone cannot replace investigation, and community punishment cannot replace the law. If the allegation is true, those responsible must face justice. If it is not, an innocent person may have been banished from her home forever. This is Crime HQ, where we look beyond the viral video and search for the truth.
They are banishing her from the village because so that's why she was banished. Our community is banishing her. Ogbaku village is banishing her. Their bike. Korea. Korea. You can pop away back she did evil. She saw the little child we decide to banish her from this community. So she's not worthy to live.
She sold her child.
Hey!